Hello, good morning in Ghana, and maybe a good afternoon from Doha. It's just time for Zohor here. We just finished Zohor Azan, and I believe most of you in Ghana and all my friends, family, everybody is now preparing to go to work and other stuff. But a quick one on the performance of the Black Stars yesterday against Algeria in that international friendly. I agree with everybody who is disappointed with the performance yesterday. Myself, I was disappointed because I felt that this is Ghana, and even if we're going to lose to Algeria, you know, we could have avoided some kind of goals that we conceded. The defeat that came. Is it good? Well, so uh, like I said, it's a very good exercise in the sense that it is better to play such a game, get defeated, get to know what you have in the team, what you lack in the team, what you need in the team before you go into the competition. Now, if we are all to be, very honest with the team, apart from the fact that this is Ghana, we're expecting a lot from Ghana and other stuff, I agree with all those things. Of course, if we expect the Black Stars to be able to put up a very wonderful performance against Algeria, it's nothing new. This is the Black Stars. And almost every Ghanaian is in love with the Black Stars. We love the national team. We follow them. We expect to see accelerating performance from the team. We expect to see the team doing so well. So I'm told the audio is down. Please give me feedback. Let me know if the audio is better now. So the point I am making is that Maxi, thank you very much for the feedback. Please let me know if the audio is better now. So the point I am making is that yes, we were defeated by Algeria, but isn't it good for us to play, get defeated, and correct our mistakes before the tournament than to have sat without playing any friendly match? Now let's be very honest in a quick manner. Before the team moved from Ghana to Doha to start the campaign, we all saw the program of the Black Stars that was published on the GFA website, ghanafao.org. And in the program, the Black Stars were supposed to play 2 friendly matches with clubs before wrapping up the preparations with the friendly match against Algeria before going into the AFCON. Unfortunately, CAF released a statement that European clubs could keep their players until the 3rd of January. Now imagine this. We played a friendly against Algeria on the 5th of January. Players from Europe were released on the 3rd of January. So watch this. Baba Rahman, Andy Yadom, Jordan Ayew, Kamaldeen Slimani is even yet to be in camp. Abdul Mumin, Jojo Walacott, Daniel Amate, Thomas Partey, all got to the camp of the team a day before the game. A day before the game. You understand? So, going into the game, the team had been here without almost all the players preparing. Of course, every national team is going through the same challenge. But take it from this perspective. You are playing against an Algerian side that won the African Cup of Nations in 2019. They are the defending champions. You are playing against an Algerian side that won the African, the Arab Cup, which was played and hosted here in Qatar in 2020, just last December, about 4 weeks ago. They won it. You are playing against an Algerian side that is impregnated and injected with a lot of quality, experience, and any other thing. Rais Mboli has been with the national team for all this while, since 2015, or even ahead. He was part of the team that went to the 2014 World Cup that was hosted in Brazil. Rais Mboli was part of the team. Yusuf Bilaili, Abdul Khalil Bedrani, Baghdad Bonuja. We all saw his performance in the African Cup of Nations, which they won. Yassim Brahimi, Ismail Benassa, Hussein Ben Yada, Islam Slimani, Said, Berrahma, Sofian Bedek. All these players played the game yesterday, part of the team yesterday. What I am saying is that if Ghana had won, it would have been good. We will all enjoy. But in my opinion, it is better we play this friendly match and we were exposed in this manner. Now, per the CAF directive that came, and per that particular statement from CAF, players were not in camp. So the two friendly matches that the Black Stars had lined up to play, they couldn't play those friendly matches. And in my opinion, the coach would have used those two friendly matches as preparatory matches before playing against Algeria and then go to the African Cup of Nations. But those two friendly matches were not played. So the Algeria game, which should have been the third friendly match, becomes the first and only friendly match that the team had to play before going to the African Cup of Nations. Now, when that happens, what it means is that you have to experiment in a number of ways on the field of play. Watch the team yesterday. Of course, we also lost some valuable and key players. Andre Ayew did not play. Jordan Ayew did not play. Mubarak Wakasu did not play. We had Jojo Wolacott on the bench. A couple of other players who did not play. You understand? So the point I am making is that regardless of the fact that all these players did not play, we have virtually been disjointed before even going into the game. But we had to play the game, to see where the loopholes are and make corrections going forward. For me, some people will agree with me, others will disagree. But the point that I am making is that it is better to lose a training game than to go into the tournament proper without such a game. You understand? It is better to lose a training game than to go into the game proper without such a game. I see somebody is asking where Baba Rahman is. Baba Rahman is in camp. He joined a day before the game. That was we played the game yesterday. He joined on Tuesday. So maybe the coach felt that traveling all the way to this place wasn't good for the player to play. Every player has their own conditions. So maybe the coach per the condition felt that Baba shouldn't play. Somebody is asking about the condition of Fatah. Alhamdulillah, Fatah is fine. I am told it wasn't any massive injury, but a knock that the boy picked, and had a muscle cramp, which forced him out of the game, but he's fine. Back to the issue that I'm discussing. Now, for me, it's a good test. We had about, just imagine, we had about 18 of the players in camp by Monday. 18 of the players in camp by Monday when the players came to camp. You understand? So by that Monday, the number of players in camp were not even up to the number that could play friendly matches. That is the reason why the previous games we couldn't play any friendly game. Now let's assume that we had all these players in camp by Monday. The players have come. We have 18 players. Getting to Tuesday, the number shot up. We had about 23 players in camp, or 24 players. And the next day, which is Wednesday, you are playing the friendly match. How do you, shape up for such a game? Algeria is such a very big opponent. Fatau is fine. It was just a knock and a muscle cramp, but I'm told this morning he's doing very well. So there's no cause for alarm. Fatau is doing very well. You understand? So, fellow Ghanaians, let's not lose hope. Let's keep supporting the team. It is just a friendly match. And it is a game that we needed. After the game last night, I slept around 3 a.m. because I kept analyzing the team. I kept analyzing the performance. I kept looking at the team and how we played. If you are just connecting, just share it, share, so that other people can also, join and watch and have these updates from camp. So let's share, let's keep sharing. So the point I am making, I think it's very clear now. It is Ghana. We expect a lot from Ghana. It is normal to expect a lot from Ghana. But fellow Ghanaians, this is the Black Stars. For me, when I sat down to analyze the game throughout the night, when I sat down to analyze the game throughout the night, I realized that so many factors came to play. So many factors came to play. Yes, we've lost against Algeria, but let us be honest. Eric, I know you are watching. Aminu, Richard Berko and all the people who are watching. Were we expecting to beat Algeria? Personally, I was expecting a very good game and other results. I was expecting to see how the team will organize at the back, how our goalkeepers will fare, how our midfield will connect, how our strikers will behave on the field of play. That is what I was expecting to see. And I saw what I wanted to see. Not in an impressive way, but at least it has given us an indication of what we are taking into the tournament. As to my senior brother, I've seen your message. Yes, there's a problem with the goalkeeping department. And I'm very sure that Olele and his boys will work on it. Ajingu, thanks for watching. I will link up after this. I will link up. So if we had not played this particular friendly, imagine playing the first game against Morocco in the African Cup of Nations without any friendly. without any preparations, what do you think would have been? Wouldn't it have been a disaster for the team to have gone into the tournament without any friendly? And it is not the fault of the management committee of the Black Stars, the FA, or the players, or the technical team, that preparations have been haphazard, disjointed, disorganized. No, it is not their fault. That statement that came from CAF actually disjointed a lot of teams. And trust me, going into the African Cup of Nations, you watch something. Teams that hitherto would have performed very well in the African Cup of Nations will have a jittery start in most of the competitions. Yes, I tip Algeria, as a top side, maybe to be able to defend the title again, considering their performance and the players that they have in camp. They are lucky. They have been together for close to 2 months because they started camping before the Arab Cup. And throughout the Arab Cup, they have been playing competitive games. I saw somewhere that per the records, I think they have not even lost a game in 34 games that they have played so far, including friendly matches. So you can imagine, it's a very good team. So if you play against such a good team and you lose, it is good that you lost. That's the point that I want people to understand. You may disagree with me. I cannot force my opinion on you. And I will accept your opinion. Opinions are like noses. But the point I am making is that it's a very important friendly match. At least the coach would see his players in a game situation. He will see them in a game situation and assess. Let's be honest. At least we've seen the performance of Manaf in post. Somebody said that he disagreed with his substitution because after he considered that first goal, he shaped up very well into the game. At least the coach has had an idea of how Manaf plays in post. We've seen the performance of Joseph Pencil, who earned his first cap for the Black Stars. We saw the performance of Edmond Ado in midfield, who played for the first time for the Black Stars. You understand? So at least we've had an idea, and the coach has also have an idea of how his players will play on the field of play. So forget about the results. In my opinion, I don't see the results as a big deal. I don't see it like that. I only see that we have lost a game to Algeria. And that game that we have lost to Algeria is an expose, in my opinion, because it has exposed the team. The coach has had an idea of who is doing what, who can do what, and how to put his team together. It is a very good exercise. Rich, I don't know whether you've sent a message that I couldn't react to. This is Mahmoud Khalil. I've seen your messages, and let me see. I saw a message from Emmanuel Badu, which I wanted to read for others to see. Danlad Hobeidu is talking about the confidence of Jonathan Mensah. I think Milo will work on it. They will have to. Okay, so let's continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, my message this morning is very simple. As Ghanaians, we felt disappointed with the performance. We felt, embarrassed by the performance. But I think that if you speak to any technical person, If you speak to even the players themselves, not maybe those in camp, just like Ajiman Badu is alluding to, if you speak to them, they will tell you that it's a very good exercise. Now, Milo has an idea of the partnership between Jiku and Jonathan Mensah, how it will work. He has an idea of Daniel Amate and Jiku at the back. Milo has an idea of the performance of Gideon Mensah at the left back position. He has an idea of what Andy Yadom brings to the team at the right back position. Baba Idrisu's performance to the team when he came on. Always he's played, Milo knows him. But he wanted to see how Edmond Addo will also fare. He started Edmond Addo. We saw the boy was good. Then he brought on Baba Idrisu for Edmond Addo, to see how it will work. Who knows if the coach going into the tournament will want to play the double pivot system where he will play Edmond Addo and Baba Idrisu together so that he can release Partey to go forward. Who knows that? So I think that let's calm down. Let's just be moderate and decorous in our reaction to this particular defeat. For God's sake, we did not lose to Trinidad and Tobago or Lesotho. We did not lose to Comoros or Swaziland. We lost to Algeria, the African champions. We lost to Algeria, the Arab Cup champions. We lost to an Algerian side that has been in camp for almost 2 months. I spoke to some of their journalists here yesterday, and they told me that the team has been in camp here in Doha for a little over 2 months. You understand? So they camped before the Arab Cup. After the Arab Cup, they have still been in camp. So they actually have a very good team. They know each other. They know what they can do. You get it? So soon for a very interactive session. When Badu is ready, certainly he will come on board. Sachikwe. I'll react to your messages after this show. Let me just finish with this and then react to your messages. I'm okay. Wanted to add Ima, but I think it couldn't go through. So let's understand. Let's please understand it. If I should throw a general question that who do we think should be the back four of the Black Stars? I believe everybody will have an opinion on that. I know there are those who will say that, okay, let's have Andy Yadom at right back position, Baba Rahman left back position, the center back position, Alexander Jiku, and then Daniel Amate. It is possible this is what we are going to have at the tournament. But if the coach had not played this particular friendly match, how would he have assessed the performance of the other players that he had in the team? And don't forget, going into the tournament, we are going to play against tough and maybe tougher opponents. Senegal is going to the tournament. We are going to have Morocco, who are in the same group with us. Algeria are coming there. Cameroon, the hosts, are there. Nigeria, So we are going to face tougher opponents. And if that is going to be the case, we need to play tougher friendly matches like these to be able to know what we lack in the team, what we need to do in the team. Maybe after this particular, friendly, we may be having Jojo Walakos in post, Andy Yadom, Baba Rahman, Amate and Jiku in center back position. Then in the holding midfield row, we will be having Baba Idrisu, Thomas Partey in middle. Andre Ayew will be playing, Jordan Ayew will be playing, Kamaldeen Sulemana will be around. Then Benjamin Tete is there. So maybe we'll be having a change of players on the field of play based on what we saw yesterday. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't want to, dwell too much on this. I think my point is clear. We played a friendly match, we lost, but it is good we lost than not to have played any friendly match at all before going to the tournament. That would have been a disaster. That would have been a disaster. It is good we've lost this game. We will pick lessons from it. And I'm very, very, very optimistic that Coach Milo and his technical team will do something good. And going into the tournament, something will happen. Now, let me take a white calico cloth and clean the optimistic parts of your heart. I have believed in the team. And there are certain indicators that we need to pay attention to. Have you noticed that anytime Ghana goes to a major tournament without huge expectations, the team does well? Have you noticed that? I think we saw that at least in 2015 and in 2010. In 2010, when the team was going to the African Cup of Nations in Angola, Milo had 8 of the players from the under-20 team joining the Black Stars going into the tournament. In fact, in our first game against Cote d'Ivoire, we lost. That was the tournament that the Cabinda incident happened, that Togo couldn't come. So we are 3 in the group: Ghana, Burkina Faso, and then Ivory Coast. We lost our first game to Ivory Coast, but we were able to beat Burkina Faso to qualify for the next stage of the competition. What did we see? We got to the finals of the competition, only to lose by a lone goal to Egypt. And in 2015, a similar thing happened. When we were going to the tournament, there were less expectations. And same appears this time around. Expectations are low. Not that alone. Have you also realized that most of the countries that have won the African Cup of Nations from 2010, almost all the countries have had a certain formula which they have used to win the African Cup of Nations? Check Egypt in 2010. Egypt had won in 2006 in Egypt. They came to Ghana in 2008 to defend the title in Ghana and went on to win the treble in 2010 in Angola. In 2010 in Angola, when they were winning that particular treble, yes, they had the likes of Hosni Abdelrabbi and all the other players, but they had about 8 young and new players who were in the team. And even Ahmed Gedo, the player who scored the final goal for them to win, was a young player who was in the team. Then in 2012, when we went to, I think, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea. Yeah, I think so, in 2012. In that particular tournament, Zambia won it. We lost to Zambia in the semifinals. And before Zambia won that particular tournament, check their squad. It was only the Katongo brothers, Christopher Katongo, the goalkeeper. These were the only players. These were the only players who were part of the team. All the rest of the players were young players. Emmanuel Mayuka and the player that scored that goal against Ghana in the semifinals, Emmanuel Mayuka, was a young player. So the team was impregnated and injected, dominated by young players. Then we went to 2013. Nigeria came and won it. When Stephen Keshi was bringing that Nigerian team, Keshi came to the tournament with virtually a new team. Only 3 of the players were, I think, old players or experienced players in the team. Joseph Yobo, Vincent Nyema, and one other player, I've forgotten the name. They came to the tournament and they defied the odds and they won it in 2013. That was played in South Africa. In fact, the player who scored even the final goal for Nigeria to win it, Sunday Mba, was a local player. Then in 2015, that was the only time that the 2 teams that went to the finals, the only time from 2010
that the two teams that went to the final had established squad. Ghana had a rich squad: Emmanuel Ajimanbedu, Mubarak Wakasu, Efri Akwa, Andre Ayew, Jordan Ayew, Asamoah Gyan, and all these players. We had a top squad. And the same thing applied to Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire also had a very good squad. But even in the Cote d'Ivoire team, there were factions. Yaya Toure faction and then the Didier Drogba faction. So when Hervé Renard was given the appointment as the head coach of the team, he came in and then he cut off the Didier Drogba faction and brought only the Yaya Toure faction and injected it with some few young players, Max Gradel and other young boys. We went to the finals. We lost through the lottery of penalty kicks and they won it. And now, in 2017, Cameroon won it in Gabon. 8 of their key players, in fact, it could even be more, who all said that they couldn't come to the tournament because they were not leaving Europe to come. They declined coming to play for the tournament, to play their leagues in Europe for their clubs. The coach, who is now the head coach of South Africa, put young players together, added a lot of local players, psyched them, tuned their mindset, and then brought them to the tournament. And the other players. What did we see in Cameroon? They came and won the tournament, which was amazing. Nobody expected Cameroon to have been able to win it after all those players pulled out from coming to the tournament. You understand? Then eventually, we had Algeria also winning it in 2019. Baghdad, Benouja, and all those players, apart from the Rais Mboli, Islam Slimani, Riyad Mahrez, and all those players. Algeria also had about 10 of their players being young and debutants, new players. They came and they also won the tournament. What do we see in the Ghana team now? So apart from the atmosphere being cool at home, no too much expectations on the team, no pressure on the team, we also see Mubarak Wakasu, Boachi Adam, Jonathan Mensah, Thomas Partey, Emmanuel Daniel Amate, and Baba Rahman and Diadom. I think these are the only players who are established in the team in terms of appearing at the African Cup of Nations. Majority of the team that we brought here are debutants. And then Samuel Owusu was also part of the team that went to the 2019 African Cup of Nations. So there are good indicators. You see, playing at a tournament isn't like playing a friendly match. You recall what Spain did in 2010 in winning the World Cup. They lost their first game, but they cruised to the finals and they won it. So sometimes at the tournament proper, how you play is different from how you play in friendly matches. Like I said earlier, I agree with everybody who is disappointed, who felt embarrassed by the scoreline against Algeria. I share the same opinion with that person. But where I differ is that it is better we play this friendly match, lose the game, get to know where our deficiencies are, correct them before we go to the African Cup of Nations, than not to have played any friendly match at all before going to the tournament. That would have been a disaster. That would have been a huge disaster. And that is my opinion. And I think that a lot of you also share the same opinion with me. Let's pray for the Black Stars. This is our team. This is our own. This is our Black Stars. And hopefully, we will be able to, break the boundary. It's been 40 years since Ghana won the African Cup of Nations. Maybe this time around, despite the fact that we don't expect a lot from the team, they will be able to surprise every Ghanaian. Let's hope so. Let's hope for that big surprise from the Black Stars. And I'm very hopeful it can be done. Let's believe. Still believe. I believe. You must also believe.